Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Welcome to the Sunday night call. This is the AIRO Developer Insights call. On this call, we go over all the basics. So it's just how to set up AIRO, strategy number one, and then I'll teach a little bit about how to count your pips, how to put a stop loss on, take profit, all that. So it's just a basics call. We're not going to take any trades. This is simply to help get you set up. All right, happens every Sunday for all those that have signed up previous week to give you the opportunity to get all your questions answered. All right, so my name is Nathan Williams. I'm the developer of AIRO. Been trading the financial markets about 14 years now. I wanted to create a system to help others to understand why the markets move the way they do and to help them understand how to trade the financial markets in a more simplistic way. A lot of terminology, a lot of different tactics are utilized that work, but they can be a little challenging for those who are beginners. So I wanted to make something that was simple for beginners, but also intuitive enough so that it can be applied to those who are experienced traders. All right. So first things first, once you have purchased AIRO, let's go to the website real quick, guys. Make sure you got it set up. Some people have had issues getting set up. So once you purchase your software, you want to come to the side over here, click on the three lines to have your menu here. And you want to come to AP Marketplace and go to Switch Tools. That's what page I'm on right here. This is the Switch Tools page. If you do not see that my screen here says 201 active and it says AIRO, you have not selected your software. So when you log into your VPS, it will not work. All right. Now, if you're here and you see a bunch of empty boxes, just select the first one. So you select my software, and then you'll see a list of software. Scroll to the very bottom, find AIRO, select that one, select OK. All right. Once you selected that, you have actively selected your AIRO software. All right. If you haven't selected it, go ahead and do so. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and select Launch VPS. If you are selecting your software for the first time, it's going to take about 30 minutes to an hour for your VPS to be created. All right, so you won't be able to access everything right away. So just make sure to take notes as we get ready to roll through this quick little tutorial. We'll be on here for about an hour, hour and a half max. All right. So if you've already got everything set up, your VPS is set up, you can come into your VPS accounts, go to your access pass, they give you a password, you can close that. And you see here, connect to VPS, reboot your VPS, view password, remote desktop connection. All right, so let's talk about that. With your subscription that you're paying every month, you get access to a virtual private server, VPS. What that allows is, your computer, Auto VPS is a computer that is in the cloud, so it never goes to sleep. Therefore, if you're using any of the other softwares with Auvoria Prime, or you're using the AIRO software, it will continuously work. All right. If you put it on your regular computer, your computer goes to sleep, the software stops working. With the AIRO software, the only thing that it does for you is it sends out signals. All right. It'll send you out notifications every time an AIRO pops up. All right. And so your computer is going to always be on with this VPS, which means that you don't have to worry about keeping your computer on at all times. All right. So to connect to your VPS, if you connect here, it's going to connect to the VPS through this website. That's not recommended. If you need to or want to, we'll go through and walk you through how to do so. But again, it's not recommended. It's recommended to download the Microsoft Remote desktop app on your computer so that you can what? So that you can actually log into your VPS there for a better user experience. The screen is bigger. All right. You're going to have, it's going to be faster on the speed. The picture quality is going to be better. It's just an overall better experience when you're on your actual remote desktop instead of going directly through the website. But if you go directly to the website, you simply, first thing you want to do is view password. Go ahead and copy this password right here. Select connect to your VPS. It brings up another pop-up screen, another tab here in your internet browser. All right. First thing you got to do is select this icon right here, send, control, alt, delete. When you select that, you see this come here. Next thing you want to do, let me go ahead and do it for you. I forgot to do it, guys. View password. Let me get my password. Now I'm showing you guys this is demonstration, but I have my account hooked up to my demo account. So if anybody takes my information and logs in, they're only going to get access to my demo account. They don't get access to my real money, so I don't really care. But do not share with anyone your passwords or anything like that. All right, someone can log in and have direct harm to your account. So once you've done this here, what you want to do is you have to come up here and type or paste the password here in this white box in the top right hand corner. So I'm gonna paste that there, and you see it automatically puts it here. When you've done that, hit the little arrow, and it will log you in. All right, it'll look just like this when you log in. This is your desktop. It looks just like a Windows desktop. All right, that's what it is. It's a Windows desktop. All right, but it's in the cloud. So, yeah, close that down. You're gonna double click here, number one arrow at the very top. That'll bring up your what? It'll bring up your MT4 here. All right. Now mine's already logged into. All right. So, what you're gonna want to do is log into your actual broker account. You may have already logged into a MetaTrader 4 account on another computer. When you log into another MetaTrader account that's away from your computer, you have to log into your broker over again. It does not follow you just because you log into a MetaTrader 4 account. All right. So you want to come to File, open an account. All right. Here you want to scroll down, add new broker. Hit that, and you want to type in the name of your broker. So you see, I've got Hugo's Way. So I got Hugo's Way. If I type in Hugo's Way, you'll see Hugo's Way Demo, Hugo's Way Live, Hugo's Way Real pop up. All right. So I type in Hugo's Way Demo. I click on that, make sure it's highlighted blue. I'm sorry. Once you hit add new broker, you want to type in the new broker and hit scan. So you type in Hugo's Way. I hit scan. It'll pull up all the Hugo's Way brokers or servers. These are the servers that each account will be on. I'm on the demo account for Hugo's Way. So I select Hugo's Way Demo, make sure it's highlighted blue. I select next. I select existing trade account. The reason I select existing trade account is because I've already went to hugosway.com and logged in. You should already have an email from your broker. All right. So if you've already previously been trading or you're new, you need to go to a broker. I cannot recommend any brokers, publicly. But if you contact me, I can talk to you one-on-one about some potential brokers. What I recommend is making sure you use a broker that is an A book broker, because B book broker and C book brokers, which most of the brokers that we all utilize they manipulate the markets. They manipulate your accounts. All right. So you want to make sure you use a broker that does not manipulate. You want to use a broker that is a true broker. All right. That's the only thing that I would recommend to you guys. And again, that's not financial advice. That's just letting you guys know, giving you that information of what you should be looking for in a broker, one that does not manipulate. All right. Once you have your broker information, your account number goes here, your trader password goes here. They're going to give you three informations: your account number, which is your login, your trader password, your investor password. The trader password is for you and for you only. All right. The investor password is if you want someone, they want to look at your account and see your progress. You can give them your account number and your investor password. They can log in and just read only. But the trader password allows anyone to actually trade on that account. So never give that trader password out. Once you've done that, select finish, and then your account will pop up. You'll hear, you've got mail. That'll be the message that pops up. And you see down here in the right-hand corner, you see I got red and green. I got the red and green icons here, and it says a number /KB, kilobytes. That means I've logged into that server that I'm going to use appropriately. All right. And you'll see your account number and your name over here in the navigator. All right. All right. If you guys are a little behind, don't worry about it. Again, I'm going to continue to go. This call is being recorded. It'll be on the Auvoria Prime's YouTube channel. All of my past Sunday night calls are on the YouTube channel. So you can always go there and rewatch the videos to get the information needed. All right. So I'm going to show you guys how to set up everything on here. And then I'll show you guys how to log into your remote desktop. Your remote desktop will work the exact same way. So we won't have to go over how to log into everything. So we'll do it here. All right. So since we're logged into here, I'll just show you guys how to log into the account. Let's see, I've got a chart up here. Once you have your chart up, you can access your software. All right. So I've already created a template for everybody. And so very simple. You can close this navigator with this icon here, the gold folder with the gold star. All right. You should see all these icons here. If you don't, you want to go to View, Toolbars, check all these and make sure they pop up. And then these two as well, status bar, charts bar. These under toolbar, and then these two under toolbars. All right. Then you'll see all these icons. This last one, the furthest one to the right, is the templates. You can select that. All right. Oh, that's why we didn't put it there. All right. That is where we'll be saving templates. All right. So next thing you want to do is you want to add the software to the chart. All right. So first thing you want to do, First thing you want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to create the default chart. So let's create the default chart. So first thing we want to do is select the M15. M15, minute 15. All right, M15. Next, you want to select what? Next, you want to select candlesticks right here. All right, candlesticks right here. Then you want to right click on the back of the screen. You get this menu option right here. Going down to properties. And then I'm going to change these settings and then let you guys go ahead and take a picture of them or a screenshot. All right. So background black, foreground white, grid white, bar up, lime, bar down, red. Bull candle, lime, bear candle, red. All right. Go ahead and take a picture and a screenshot of those settings. All right. Take a screenshot, picture of all those settings there. And then next, we'll go to in the top left-hand corner here, this box, you want to go to common, and you want to turn on chart shift. So make sure chart shift and chart auto scroll are turned on. Candlesticks, make sure that's turned on. And then these top three, make sure these are turned on. Turn off the show grid. So only the top three. All right, so take a picture and a screenshot of these settings. All right. Once you got that, let's go back to the colors one more time. Take a picture and a screenshot of that, if you guys have it. All right. And then under common, take a picture and a screenshot of those one more time. All right, when you're done, select OK. All right, and your chart will look just like this here. Be good to go, be good to go. All right, next we want to do is add the software. And the reason why we did all these settings is to ensure that you have both your red and white lines showing. All right, this is your bid and ask. All right, those come in handy. We'll talk about those later on. Next, you want to go to underneath charts to the navigator, gold folder with the gold star. Open that up again. Make sure underneath accounts, the indicators folder, you hit the plus sign next to it. so that you get all the options underneath indicators. Come down, you'll see AIRO V4 here. If you do not see AIRO V4, then you have not selected your software or you need to submit a ticket in. And so we go back to the website real quick here. You can come down here to support, and you come down to submit a ticket, and you can submit a ticket here on the website to access the I'm sorry, send a support ticket to the company so that they can install your software for you. All right, if there was an issue with you having your software installed. All right, those are the two reasons or two things you need to do is either ensure you select your software or submit a ticket to ensure you get AIRO V4 here. All right, that's the only software, the only option that's out right now, AIRO V4. All right, you want to double click on AIRO V4, go to common, make sure the top two are selected, inputs, make sure both of these are true and true. All right, and then your money zone. The money zone, and I'll show you that here in a second. The money zone is the time frame that we trade. Over 80% of all of Forex, as far as the volume, because if you don't know, $7 trillion a day is traded in the Forex market. Over 80% of it happens or is being traded during the money zone time frame, which is 12 hours of the day. That's between 12 a.m. Central Standard Time and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're using the broker that I use, again, I can't recommend that to you guys, so definitely, and that's the A-Book broker. I use an A-Book broker, but if you use them, their setting is default 0800 to 2000, so it'll be set default. You never have to worry about it. All right. If not, then I'll walk you through how to get that set up. But once you got this set up correctly, so let's say yours is different, you just double click on it and then just type in 0700. Now I say 0700, you have to understand military time because the MetaTrader 4 app, this platform we're using, is in military time. So if your broker starts at 3 a.m. in the morning for the 12 a.m. time frame, then you need to type in 0300 because that's the time frame for military time. All right. Once you know, let's say 0700 is the beginning time for you, all you do is add 12 hours to this, which gives you 1900, and that'll be the end because the time frame is just 12-hour time span. All right, that's it. Now, how do you convert that? And we'll go over that real quick here. I'm gonna show you guys a tool to use. A lot of people get this confused, and I don't understand why. All right, that's not it. Here we go. So the timezoneconverter.com. The timezoneconverter.com. This is where you come when you want to turn your information in. All right. So 12 a.m. So you want to put in here on the one on the left, you want to type in CST/CDT. All right. Central Standard Time. All right. CST, Central Standard Time. All right. There we go. There's Central Standard Time. All right. And then guess what? So you got Central Standard Time. That's the time frame you need. You don't worry about where you live. It does not matter where you live. Only thing that matters is converting Central Standard Time to the time frame of your broker. If you need to know the time frame of your broker, just Google your broker's server time. So if you see here, I go to Google, Hugo's Way server time. All right, Hugo's Way server time. There it is. GMT +2 or GMT +3, depending on daylight savings. All right. Between March and November, it is set to GMT +3. Within November and March, this is set to GMT +2. All right. So we are in March. So March to November, between March and November, is set to GMT +3. All right. So now that we know that, we type in 12 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we come down here, and this is GMT. You just type in GMT, and you scroll down to find +3. I don't have it, so we'll +3. There it is, GMT +3. And there it is, 12 a.m. So now it's 9 a.m. 0900, which means what? If you turn that to PM, it shows 9 p.m., which is 2100. All right. So now that we know it's changed, guess what I have to go do? Now I need to go and I need to adjust 0900 to 2100 because daylight savings time just happened here in the US. So now that I have that set, I select OK. And there you go. Now the software is on your chart. All right. Now software is on your chart and it's set correctly. All right. And you can verify that this is right because price will touch the gray shaded area. That's what this is gray shaded area is the money zone. Price will touch that. So as you can see here, right here, this very first candle is on the edge of the money zone. This is from Friday. This very first candle. So when the first candle touches the money zone, you should be able to look at the clock and say, is it 12 a.m. Central Standard Time? You should be able to convert your time frame back to that. If it's 12 a.m., like I'm here in Central Standard Time. So if it's 12 a.m., when price touches that for the first time, I know I have mine set correctly. If not, just go back and readjust. That is it. All right. Now that we got this open, before I go forward, I saw there was a question here real quick. I saw a couple of questions. So guys, I'm not going to do individual requests just because this call is for the company. We got 100 people on this call. We're not going to go and do individual requests. For your broker, type in your broker's name in Google, like I just showed you, select server time. You got to do some of this for yourself, guys. It's not hard. Just got to be able to do something for yourself. All right. Let's get back to the charts real quick here. So what is AIRO? AIRO is a visual representation, the software that gives you a visual representation of what the market is doing. And the arrows give you potential opportunities of when to enter into a trade. All right. So as you can see here, there are red zones and then there are green zones. The red zones are what we call resistance zones. They're like the ceiling. The green zones are what we call support zones. They're like the floor. If I drop a ball on the floor, it hits the floor and bounces up. If I take the same ball and throw it at the ceiling, it hits the ceiling and it bounces off. It's all price does every day. Bounces off the floor, heads up, bounces off the ceiling, heads down, bouncing off the floor. As you just see it, now it's starting to head back up. That's all price does over and over and over again. As you can see here, when we added the software, you saw there were red and green candles. Now you can see there, if candles are above the blue line, they're green. If they're below the blue line, they're red. Just gives you a representation of what? The overall trend, what's going on. Right now, candles are below, so they're red. They're sale time. All right. If they're above, they're in a buy trend, so they're green. You see that? Price bounced out the floor. It's red. Went above the blue line. For the most part, stayed green as it went what? All the way to the ceiling. Came back down. Stayed majority of the time red as it came all the way back down to the floor. All right. The blue line is a moving average. That just represents what direction price is going. Price is headed up. So look at the blue line. It's headed up. Price is just kind of moving sideways. Blue line moves sideways. All right. Price heads down. Blue line heads down. That's all it does. The shade area, we talked about that. That's the money zone. And then the arrows. There are arrows that give you potential entries. This right here is the pip counter. So every time you place a trade, and I'll go over that later on. Actually, I'm on demo account, so I can do that now. So I'm going to place a trade here. So if I hit sell, all right. If I hit sell, you see a sell button here. All right. And then you see what? GBP USD -3. This is the Great Britain Pound USD currency pair that I'm on. And guess what? I'm down 3 pips. I placed a trade for a sale. I'm down 3 pips. And then overall, I'm down now 4 pips. If I hit buy, pops another trade up there. And guess what? You can see the difference. If it's red, that means that currency pair or that asset class you're trading is going to be in a sale. If you see that it's green, you're in a buy. And then it tells you if you're positive or negative. All right, tells you if you're positive or negative. And then overall, if you have multiple trades on, it'll tell you if overall if you're positive or negative. That way, without having to look at your trades, you already know if you're in the positive or if you're in profit. All right, are you currently losing? Or are you in profit? This will tell you. It's on the screen. Pretty cool. Kind of help you keep track, because if you're looking at one chart, you might have trades on other charts, but this will help you understand what's going on. And no matter what, if I add a different chart, let's add EURJPY, and then I add the software to it. Look at that. It updates me. I already know what's going on. So I'm on a whole nother chart. Doesn't matter. It tells me what's going on. All right. Tells me what's going on. So I can be on another chart looking at things and still keep an eye on my trades. All right. So that works. That's the software there. Now let's set up the settings. So we want to set up the settings for what? We want to set up the settings for to ensure that you get notifications to your phone or your mobile device. So what you want to do is you want to download the MetaTrader 4 app on your phone. MT4, not the MT5, MT4 app on your phone. All right. When you do that, you want to make sure you go to what? You want to go to your settings. Let me close these trades out real quick here. All right, we've done all that. Now to make sure we receive notifications, so every time an arrow pops up, you get a notification. You want to do what? You want to go to your settings on the app, settings, and then chat and messages. Settings, chat, and messages. All right. When you do that, you get this screen right here. It'll have what? It'll have my MetaQuotes ID on the bottom. My MetaQuotes ID on the bottom. Once you've done that, you got that. You want to hold that on your phone or your tablet, depending on where you want your notification sent. You want to come up here now on your laptop or your desktop. You want to come to Tools, Options, and then when you get this option screen, you want to come to Notifications. You get this screen right here. So under Notifications, you want to select Enable Push Notifications, and then under MetaQuotes ID, type in that ID number there. Hit Test. When you hit Test, I'm gonna type in mine real quick. 7DB. All right, hit test. When you hit test, guess what? You get a test notification sent to your phone from your chart. All right, now you're good to go. Now you can receive notifications, for yourself. All right, I'm gonna take that out because I already have mine set up for me for another account. All right, and once you've done that, you hit OK. All right, I'm gonna hit cancel because I don't need it, and that's it. So now every time you get a notification, it will send it to your phone. Next, you want to go to your settings on your phone under notifications and turn on the notification settings for the MetaTrader 4 app. That way, when the notification comes to your phone, it will notify you. All right. So when it comes to your MetaTrader 4 app, you want it to notify you by sending you a notification. Once you have that set up, you're good to go. Now you have the notifications coming to your phone, so you don't have to look at the charts all the time. All right. Now, as well, if you want to receive a notification on multiple pairs, you have to open up each pair you want and put the software on. All right. All right. All right. So let's see. We're going to stop. We'll stop sharing here. Let me check the Q&A. The width of the zones don't mean anything at all. Some are wider than the others. It's just based on price. You click on the zoom out button as many times as you need to until it goes all the way out. All right, guys. I'm starting this week. I'm no longer. All right, guys. So we'll go over the strategy a little later on. All right. Same number. We'll go over some of these things. Some of you guys asked about the strategy itself. All right. The zone, the actual money zone is a combination of London session and New York session. All right. It's 2 hours before London session, all of London session, and then New York session up until lunchtime. All right. That's what that is. If you, whatever software, whatever pairs and time frame you have the software on is what time frame you will receive the arrows on and notifications. That's it. I have a software a fix for it. I've got to work out a couple bugs. It'll be released by next weekend. Now that we've got the version 4 under control. All right. And so this is a dashboard that will be able to manage all time frames and multiple pairs at the same time. But for right now, you have to have the software on every time frame, every time, and every pair you want to have notifications for. All right. Let's go back into sharing the screen. Now that we understand the basics of the software, I'm going to show you guys the strategy number 1, which we call the bag strategy. All right. Bag, B-A-G, like slang, as you guys know, for getting paid, get money. But with bag stands for bounce, arrow, go. So there's 3 rules to the strategy number 1. And again, all the videos, we go back to the charts here. All right, we go back to the website. You come to AP Academy, here at the top, AP Academy. All right, scroll down to My First Steps. Click on My First Steps. You have 4 modules here. You're gonna go through these and watch all. You just click on the down button there and go through and watch all those videos. And then once you're done watching them, come up here in the top right-hand corner to My Products. Come to My Products. All right, scroll down. As long as you have the AIRO software, it'll show you're enrolled. You just select Access Setup Course. And you scroll down and you'll see an overview video about AIRO, how to set up your VPS and access it, your software. The same thing we're going over now, the setup of AIRO, and then every strategy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's 10 strategies. They're all there. All right. All there. That's where you find everything that that you need to know. All right. Please go through, watch the videos. All right. Please go through and watch the videos. All right. So, strategy number 1. Rule 1, zoom all the way out so you can identify the trend. So I zoomed all the way out. I can't go any more further. You see these icons right here. One's a plus sign, one's a minus sign. They say zoom in and zoom out. You see I have 2 red and 1 green. Therefore, the trend is down because I have more red zones than green zones. All right. On this one, I have, we're going to zoom all the way out. You can see I have a whole bunch more green than red. So guess what? The trend is up. Look at that. Price is going up. More green than red, trend is up. More red than green, trend is down. So on GU, we know the trend is down. So guess what? We're only looking for sales. Next, rule number two step is only take trades inside the money zone. So inside of the zone, in the direction of the trend. So we're only looking for sales. We got 2 up arrows here. We don't care about those because the trend is down. But we got these 2. Now we need to make sure we have these 2 down arrows here. We want to make sure, do they qualify? All right, do they qualify? So that's step 3, qualifications. Bounce, arrow, go. That qualifies a trade. So what does bounce, arrow, go means? It means if we're looking for a sale, we want what? Remember, the ball hits the ceiling, it comes down. We want price to hit the ceiling like it did here, and then it bounced down. Got a down arrow. We're getting the trade right here, and we sell. That's simple. That's that simple. Even though it barely touched, you got all you have is a wick touching the ceiling, doesn't matter. Price touched the ceiling. That is a bounce. If you have 18 candles up here and it comes off and you get a down arrow, that's a bounce. You just need part of price touching the candle. Sometimes you have a little bit of price touching it. Sometimes you have a whole bunch of price touching it. Doesn't matter. That is a bounce. See, price rejected that area, came down. We got a down arrow here. This arrow will only show up when this candle closes and the next candle opens. So we enter in down here. Our stop loss is 40 pips, which 40 pips is right here. As you can see, price came nowhere close to that. Our take profit is 20 pips. And you see we got that in an hour, less than an hour, right there on that 4th candle. Price only went backwards 8 pips and then it dropped big time, dropped 80 pips. All right, that's it. Now we have another arrow. Does this one qualify? The second arrow qualifies on one condition. If you have 2 consecutive. So we know the trend is down, so we know we're looking for sales. So if you have 2 consecutive down arrows, you can take the second arrow as well. All right. If you have an up arrow in between, do not take the next down arrow. All right. If you have an up arrow in between these 2, do not take it. And it's the same thing, vice versa, when you're in a buy. So if you buy arrow, if you have 2 up arrows consecutively, you can take both. I recommend 20 pips on the first one. I recommend only taking 10 pips on the second one. All right. That's strategy number 1. All right. That is strategy number 1. I'm gonna stop sharing here, answer a couple more questions, and then what I'll do is I'll show you guys how to log into your software from the from your remote desktop, and then we should be done. Let's go to Q&A here. Guys, version 4, you guys will only have the most up-to-date software. Version 4 is the most up-to-date, guys. I just gave an example of how to take a trade inside the money zone. Please go back and watch the videos. They're online. Go watch the videos. They're on the website. All right. A lot of people say Forex is a scam. Is this true? If not, why? No, Forex is not a scam. The foreign exchange market, or as we call for short Forex, is the oldest and largest financial market in the world. The stock market only does $20 billion a day. 20 billion. All right, that's the New York Stock Exchange that everyone knows about. Forex does 7 trillion. That's 350 times bigger. Forex is not a scam. People that don't know how to trade think it's a scam. People that get scammed by scammers, that's a scam. But if you find someone or you figure out how to trade the foreign exchange market, you will see that it's not a scam. People make money, make a living in the financial markets. Your money that's in the bank is in the Forex market because the banks trade the financial markets, the Forex market, with your money. So if your money is already in the Forex market, how can it be a scam? Whoever told you that, please direct them to Google. All right. Let them go figure it out for themselves, or YouTube. All right. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Just answering questions real quick. All right, someone asked, what if you have the same number of red zones and green zones? Great question. So if you have the same number of red zones and green zones, let's go to the chart. If you have the same number, like let's say right here, you guys, I'm not going to zoom out all the way, but let's just say, for example, you see one green zone, one red zone. All right. What you want to do is you want to measure from the top of the green zone to the bottom of the red zone. If there are 50 pips in between, you can trade in both directions. So if I get a bounce up here, I can sell it. If I get a bounce down here, I can buy it. All right. You have to have 50 pips or more room in between each zone, just the two middle zones, before you take a trade in both directions. All right. If you don't have more than 50 pips room, 50 pips or more room, then there's no trade. All right. No trade. Let's see here. I'm giving examples, guys. This is you guys are confusing this. This is not confusing. Keep things simple, guys. Very simple. All right. I'm showing both examples. In this example here, there are more red zones than green zones. So we're looking for sales. In this example, there are more green zones than red zones. So you look for a buy. That's it. All I'm doing is giving examples. More green zones than red zones. So when it's time to trade, you only wait for buys. More red zones than green zones. So you take sales. And I gave the example for a sale. I'm not confusing things. Keep things simple. Do not overthink this, guys. It's simple. There's 7-year-olds that are trading the software and making money. 7-year-olds. I've seen it. My 16-year-old cousin trades this. He made $3,700 his very first week. This is a simple system. That's all it is. It's a system. The software is just a virtual representation of the market. The strategies combined with the software make this a trading system. It's very simple. Don't overthink it. All right? Real simple. The videos are there. So if you are confused, go back over and watch the videos until it makes sense. As well, please get on the calls. All right? We have, if you are in the AIRO, if you signed up, you should be in the AIRO bag chat or in the AIRO announcements channel, where you will what? You will receive all the announcements and notifications for all the live calls. We have 33 hours a week of live calls, not including this call. 33 hours a week of live calls. All right. So please make sure to join those calls so you can ask questions and also see how we trade this live. It's not just me. I have calls, but there are other educators that have calls as well. And you can see how they trade everything live so that you can understand how the strategies work in real life. All right. All right. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to pull up the, how do you switch brokers? The same way I just showed you how to add brokers, same way you switch brokers. All right. So when you add a new broker, all right, up here underneath the navigator, every time you add a new broker under accounts, you'll have all the brokers. You see, I've got Meta Quotes, I got Hugo's Way. If I logged into 3 more brokers, then all the brokers would be underneath that list. And to switch brokers, I just open up one, I double click on the account number, with my name. I hit log in. I'm already logged into this account, so it won't switch anything, but that's it. So if I want to switch to another broker, here's Meta Quotes. Double click on that one. I select log in. That's it. It takes me to the new broker. All right. Chart will look the exact same. Your broker will change, and you'll know because up here at the very top, it'll tell you the new broker's name that you're using. And then also here underneath charts, this little blue and white box, it's the terminal. It'll have your account balance for that different broker, and you'll be able to see the different account balance. All right. Notify trade transactions. You can check that if you want to. I don't. All that does is send you more notifications every time you make a trade. Make a trade. If price hits take profit, if it hits stop loss, it'll send you. It'll just keep sending signals out. All right. So you can have that. For me, I don't like it because it sends too many notifications when I'm trading. All right. All right. Doesn't look like we have any more questions. All right. And guys, I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but hey, you guys got to follow the rules. Again, this call is a simple call. I can't be on here, for 3 hours answering same questions over again when people jump in late. So you got to get here on time. These calls are recorded, so you can get the exact same information. Actually, every Sunday night call I've done since I've started is on the Auvoria Prime website. I mean, on not website, but the YouTube channel. You can go there and watch those. All right, you can go there and watch them, and you can watch them over and over again until you get the information needed. All right. Last thing we'll show is how to set up the Microsoft Remote Desktop. So the Microsoft Remote Desktop is pretty cool because you can put it on your laptop, your desktop, you can put it on your iPad or your tablet, and you can put it on your phone. So for example, I have it on my phone. So guess what? I'm logged in too, as you can see there, there's the software. I can log in. It's the one I'm logged into right now on my computer. All right. And then this is my personal VPS. This is the one through the company. This is one through myself that I bought myself. And so I can do what? I can log in and actually trade with the software on my phone. So if I'm not near my laptop or my computer, doesn't matter. I can log on to the VPS with my phone and make trades. That's the cool thing about the virtual private server is you can connect to it anywhere. And the way you connect to it is by using the Microsoft Remote Desktop, all right, app. If you have a Windows computer, just go to the search under Start, type in Microsoft Remote Desktop. There it is. If you have, a Mac, then you want to download the Microsoft Remote Desktop app. All right, Microsoft Remote Desktop. All right, Microsoft Remote Desktop. Once you download it, let me pull mine up here. It'll look like this here. All right, look like this. This is the Microsoft Remote Desktop. All right, so you see I have both of mine. Here's my personal one. That's the company I use. And then here's the one through AP, Auvoria Prime. All right, so I got two of them. All right. If you want to add one, if you're doing this for the first time, you simply just select the plus button. Now the version I use is going to be different because I have a Mac. This Mac version looks a little bit different than the Windows version, but the exact same thing. Hit the plus button to start. Let me stop sharing and show you the new screen there. And then here's the new screen here. All right. So this is the screen here. All right. Now to get the information that you need to log in here, let's go back to the website. All right. So on the website, inside the VPS, remember you have what? Remote desktop connection. Select that. Here's all your information. All right. Again, do not share this with anybody. All right. Do not share this with anybody. I don't really care because mine is connected to a demo account. So no one can mess anything up. They can't trade any real money. So that's why I share it with you guys. And that's why I have a demo account to be able to show you guys things. Do not share this information. All right. This is your username, your IP address, your password. You want to copy in all that information. All right. And then you want to place it into your what? To your Microsoft Remote Desktop connection. So we'll go back. Here's the setup process here. Connection name here. So it just says friendly name. I call mine AP for Auvoria Prime. Under PC name, you see it says host name or IP address. Here's where you want to paste your IP address. And then under credentials, username is going to always be the trader, and the password is going to be the password that was on that drop down menu right there from the website. Once you've done that, you select OK. If it's the Windows version on Mac, you just select X here. And let me delete this because I have not set mine up. So I've already set mine up. All right. You hit that, and bada bing, bada boom, it'll look just like this. Whatever one you logged in, it'll bring it up. So I've got two, but it'll bring up AP. That's the one I just did a demonstration of. And then all you have to do is just double click on this one, and it will launch your VPS. And it will look exactly like this. I am now in my Microsoft Remote Desktop through the Remote Desktop for AP. So even though, again, it looks the exact same as when I went through the website, but look, the screen's bigger. Now look what happens. I'm going to double click on AIRO and bring up the chart, and you'll see there's not going to be the gaps on either side. You see it? I have a full screen now. All right. It's a better experience when you go through the Microsoft Remote Desktop than you going straight through the website. All right. Now you have to go back in here and set everything back up, but it is what it is. Once you set it up once, you're good to go. All right. Once you set it up, you're good to go. And that's it. That is it. All right, that is it. If I want to change all this, of course, I got to go back through the properties and go all back through this again. All right, which I'm not going to, but we showed you guys. I showed you guys how to do that. But that's it. That is how you set up and go through the Microsoft Remote Desktop. All right, real easy stuff, guys. Real easy. And again, everything's in the back office to show you how to do so. All right, everything's also on the YouTube channel. All right. So I just want to give you guys a quick little tutorial how to do this all. I don't see the Microsoft Remote Desktop on my iPhone app. It's there, trust me, because I have an iPhone. The icon, let me take a picture of it real quick. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. It's called Microsoft Remote Desktop. All right. Let me find my picture here. All right. The app looks just like this. That's the icon for the app on the Apple Store. All right. Yes, Microsoft Remote Desktop is on Android phones. All right. But for that, I have an iPhone, so on the App Store, that's the icon for it. All right. That's the icon for it on the App Store. All right. So the question is, when do you not trade a bag even when there is an arrow? So I only take bag entry trades, guys, inside the money zone. Now, if you're trading on the H1 chart, the H4 chart, the day one chart, the month chart, the week chart, then you can take bag entries whenever you get one, if it's valid, if it's a valid bag entry. The higher time frames are they're not subjugated to the same rules of having to trade inside the money zone. If you're underneath the hour one, so 30-minute and below, they need to be inside the money zone. All right. That's it. That's it right there. All right, cool. Glad you found it. So see the same questions asked. Your broker, guys. You have to Google your broker. I gave you guys the example. I just did it for you guys. So I mean, come on, guys. Go to the chat real quick. If there's anything, nothing there. All right. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. That is how you set up the software. That's how you go and utilize the bag strategy. Again, this call is not to get on any live trade sessions. It's not to go over any of the strategies. All we do is go over strategy number one, and all we do is go over how to set up everything. That way, you guys have everything set up and you're ready to go. If you have any more questions, again, watch the videos in the back office. Go to the YouTube channel for Auvoria Prime. Watch the videos over again. And again, the next live trade session will be tomorrow morning. The Hawkeye group will come on at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time so that they can teach on how to use the AIRO software, trading the wedges. That's all they focus on is trading wedges. All right. So if you have any other questions, again, make sure you're in the AIRO bag chat. There'll be a lot of conversation going on there. A lot of people trading that can also help you out as well. If you have any smaller questions, for those who have questions about Android versus Apple, I know it's slightly different, but they're relatively the same. You can ask people there as well. It's been a pleasure, guys. I thank you guys for being a part of the AIRO family. Hope you guys have a great success. Look forward to seeing your success in the group with everyone else's success. And see you guys in the funny papers. Thanks.